Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. So, welcome to my session Khan Academy. So, today we are going to learn the subject problematic soil and their management. So, in this subject, today we are learning what are the types of problematic soils. So, generally, there are many types of problematic soils. But majorly, we are studying in this subject only three types of soils. First is acid soil, and second one is saline soil, and the third one is alkaline soil. This saline soil and alkaline soil, collectively called as salt affected soils. So let us see first what is salt affected soils. The salt affected soils occurs in the arid and semi-arid regions. Soil affected soils occur in the arid and semi-arid regions where evapotranspiration greatly exceeds precipitation. It means saline soil and alkaline soil are formed when the evapotranspiration greatly exceeds precipitation. It means evapotranspiration is more than the precipitation. So where these salt affected soils are occurring, they are occurring in the arid and semi-arid regions where there is a deficiency of water. At that places these salt affected soils are forming. So how these soil affected soils are formed? Because of what is the major phenomena? The major phenomena is when evapotranspiration greatly exceeds precipitation. What happens, for example, if the water is more, if the rainfall is more, if the precipitation is more, whatever the surface bases are present at the soil surfaces, that leaches to the downwards and goes down to the root zone. So at the surface only acid materials are present on the top layer. Whatever the bases, they are leached out to the downwards by the process of lateralization. The downward movement of bases occurs due to more precipitation. Then what happens? At the top surface only acid materials are present. So that type of an soil is known as acidic soil. But here, to vice versa, opposite to that, if evapotranspiration is more, it means if there is no rainfall, what happens? If evapotranspiration is more, whatever the soluble salts are present in the root zone, that comes up and accumulate on the surface. Whatever the salts present, whatever the bases present under the soil profile, under the downward layers, that comes to the upward movement and that accumulates on the root zone, or you can also say on the surface of the land, and accumulate and form a thin salt layer. So that type of soils are known as salt affected soils. So how many types of salt affected soils are there? So there are two types of salt affected soils. They are, first one is saline soil and second one is alkaline soil. So let us see first what is saline soil. So what is saline soil? The saline soil defined as soils having a conductivity of saturation extract greater than 4 decimals. It means you can also say as, for example, here I will write this is a saline soil, this is a alkaline soil, and the third one is saline and alkaline soil. This first one, this is a second one, and this is a third one. So at this first one, saline soil, what is the EC? EC is, at the first one, let us see saline soil, just saline soil. Let us see saline soil. In this saline soil, what is the EC? EC means electrical conductivity, or you can also say saturation extract. Saturation extract is greater than 4%, 4 decimals. So the EC of saline soil, or you can also say as electrical conductivity, is greater than 4%, and exchangeable sodium percentage ESP is less than 15%. ESP is less than 15%. So what is the EC of saline soil? Greater than 4%. And what is the ESP of saline soil? It is less than 15%. And what is the pH? What is the pH of saline soil? What is the pH of saline soil? The pH is less than 8.5. The pH is less than 8.5. So the soils which are greater than 7, which are greater than the neutral value, with the soils which are greater than the 7 point above, so that soils comes under the salt affected soils. So the saline soil is also a salt affected soils, and alkaline soils is also a salt affected soils, and saline or alkaline soil is also known as salt affected soils, and alkaline soil is also known as sodic soils. Note the point that alkaline soil is also known as sodic soils. So we have seen that what is a saline soil. Saline soil is defined as a soil having a conductivity, or you can also say a saturation is greater than 4%, and ESP is less than 15% of saline soil. We have seen. So let us see what is a formation. So the process by which the saline soil formed is known as salinization. The process by which the saline soil is formed is known as salinization. Saline soils occur mostly in arid and semi-arid regions. In arid regions, saline soil occur not only because there is less rainfall available to leach and transport the salts, but also because of high evapotranspiration rates. I have told you what I have told how the saline soil is forming. The major phenomena is less precipitation, more evapotranspiration. So what happening? The salts are evaporating and accumulating on the soil surface. And forming a thin layer of salt. Forming a thin layer of salt is known as saline soil. So what are the major constraints? It means effects. The effects are presence of salt leads to alteration of osmotic potential of the soil. This is the first major constraints. And microbial and the high salt microbial activity reduced. The microbial activity is reduced because there is, if the salt is present on the surface of the layer, then there is no microbial activity in the soil. Then if there is no microbial activity, then there is no humus in that soil. So here, and we will next see what is the management of saline soils. So how to manage the saline soil? So for managing the saline soils, the reclamation of the saline soil involves basically the removal of salt from the saline soil through the process of leaching. So how we can reclaim it, or you can also say as how we can neutralize this saline soil, to how to eradicate this problem. That is easy. So this is saline soil is a base. So for removal of this saline soil, chemically we should add the acid to remove this base. So if we see the chemical amelioration, so addition of an calcium is a addition of a calcium. Or if we see in a physical amelioration, to reclaiming the saline soil, excess amount of irrigation. What happens if we use the excess amount of irrigation? Whatever the base is present, whatever the salt is present, so it will dissolve in this water and it leads down, and whatever the bases are present on the surface of the top surface of the land, it goes to the downwards. It goes to the downwards and leaches down. So this is a physical amelioration of the saline soil. And what is the chemical amelioration? And applying of calcium, it is a chemical amelioration. So here we will see what is alkaline soil. So alkaline or sodic soil, I already told you what is alkali. Alkali soil is also known as sodic soil. So alkali or sodic soil is also a salt affected soil. It is defined as a soil having a conductivity of saturation extract less than 4 decimals. But so here ES, electrical conductivity, EC. So here electrical conductivity is less than 4 decimals, but in saline soil the electrical conductivity is greater than 4%. Here ESP, exchangeable sodium percentage, is greater than 15%. but in saline soil the ESP is less than 15%. Here the pH is the pH is 8.5 to, here the pH is 8.5 to 10.0, but in the saline soil the pH is less than 8.5. Mostly alkaline soils, particularly they are located in the arid and semi-arid regions containing calcium carbonate in the profile. So there is alkaline soil and saline soil, they both are the controversies to each other. As we see in the chemical amelioration, exchangeable sodium percentage of saline soil is less than 15%, but here in sodic soil, or you can also say as alkali soil, it is greater than 15. The pH is 8.5 to 10.0 in alkaline soil, the pH is less than 8.5 in saline soil, and the saturation extract, or you can also say as electrical conductivity of saline soil is more than 4 decimal, but here in sodic soil or alkaline soil the saturation extract is less than 4 decimals. So let us see what is third type. It is the same as like saline soil. So let us see third type, saline or alkaline or sodic soils. So saline, alkali or sodic soil is defined as a soil having a conductivity of saturation extract greater than 4 decimals. So here ES is greater than 4 decimals and ESP is greater than 15% and pH value is greater than 8.5, and the pH value is greater than 8.5. So these are the majorly three types of salt affected soils which we have seen. So how to reclaim this alkali soil or sodic soil? You can so the major chemical amelioration is used as gypsum. Gypsum is used. So we are using gypsum. We are using gypsums to reclaim the alkaline soil. Okay. So what is the physical amelioration? Physical amelioration is deep ploughing. And profile inversion. Profile inversion is nothing but doing the tillage to reclaim the alkaline soil. What is meant by generally reclamation? To neutralize, to remove. Okay. Let us see acid soil. What is acid soils? So I have told you how the acid soils are formed. What is the pH value of acid soils? The pH value of acid soils are less than 7. The pH value of acid soils are less than 7. If the pH ranges from 3 to 4, it is very strong. If the pH is range from 4 to 5, it is strong. If the pH is ranges from 5 to 6, it is moderate. If the pH ranges from 6 to 7, it is slight. So how these acid soils are forming? Acid soils are forming, I have told you in the first day, if the precipitation exceeds to the evapotranspiration, then ultimately the formation of acid soils are occur. If precipitation is more than the evapotranspiration, what happens? Whatever the bases present on the soil top, all the bases leaches to the downwards, and the remaining acid material which are present on the top surface, so that causes the acidification of the soil. The soil acidity refers to the presence of higher concentration of H plus ion in soil solution and at exchange site. So they are characterized by low soil pH, as I say that less than 7 pH with low base saturation. The ranges in soil pH as associated degree I have told you in this, so there is no need to study this. So how to manage the acid soils? So generally it is a acid. So how we can reclaim this acid soil? If I talk about the chemical amelioration, so what we will apply? We will apply the bases to reclaim these acid soils. So we will apply the management of acid soil should be. So here the management of the acid soil should be directed towards enhanced crop productivity, either through addition of amendments What is meant by amendments? Such as base fertilizers. We can use base fertilizers to reclaim or to correct the soil abnormalities, or by manipulating the agronomic practices by doing the tillage and depending upon the climatic and acidic conditions. So here one best chemical amelioration of these acidic soil is using of limestone, using of dolomite, using of limestone is the best and best. So limestone, using of limestone is generally, majorly limestones are used to reclaim the acidic soils. So these are the acid soils. So let us see what is acid sulfate soils. So what are acid sulfate soils? Acid sulfates are drained coastal wetlands soils that have become acidic. The pH is less than 4 due to oxidation of the pyritic minerals in the soil. So how these acid sulfate soils are formed? So generally where we can see these acid sulfate soil, and generally we can see these acid sulfate soil at the mangrove, at the coastal regions. For example, nearer to the seas, we can see nearer to the beaches, or you can also say as the nearer to the beaches or coastal regions, we can see the acid sulfate soils. How these acid sulfate soils are formed? These acid sulfate soils are formed due to the oxidation of the pyritic minerals. It means there are two types of acidic sulfate soils. One is potential acid sulfate soils. There are two types of acid sulfate soils. One is potential acid sulfate soils, and the second one is actual acid sulfate soils, or you can also say acid sulfate soils. So actual acid sulfate soils. So potential, the first one is harmless because it is in anaerobic condition. It does not expose to the oxygen. So it is in a harmless condition. If these potential acid sulfate soils is exposed to the oxygen, then it forms the actual acid sulfate soils. If it exposed to the oxygen, what happens? Oxidation occur, and ultimately that soil forms soils are formed very tough, strongly acidic, which the pH is below pH 4. So here we will see what is acid sulfate soils. So acid sulfates are drained coastal wetland soils that have become acidic due to the oxidation of the pyritic minerals. What are the pyritic minerals? Fe+, iron in the soil. Undrained soil containing pyrites need not be acidic, and they are called potential acidic. It means undrained. It means if the soil which is not exposed to the oxygen, then they are known as undrained soils. That soils are known as potential acid sulfate soil. You can also say PASS. So whatever the soils, acid sulfate soils which have not been oxidized by exposure to air are known as potential acid soils. So they are neutral in pH 6.5 to 7.5. Containing unoxidized iron sulfates are usually soft, sticky and saturated with water, and are usually gel-like muds, but can include wet sands and gravels, have the potential to produce acid if exposed to oxygen. But if these potential acid sulfate soils are exposed to oxygen, then the iron sulfides are oxidized to produce sulfuric acid, and the soil becomes strongly acidic. When the second one is harmful, but here the first one is harmless because it is undrained. It means it is not exposed to the oxygen and it does not form the sulfuric acid. But here, if this potential acid sulfate soil exposed to the oxygen, it forms the sulfuric acid and forms actual acid sulfate soil. So these are harmful. So I hope you guys have understood what is the salt affected soils, what is saline soil, and what is sodic soil, and what is saline sodic soil, and what is acid soils, and what is acid sulfate soils. So thank you guys.